Are you over the age of 50 and still eating certain foods that you may have enjoyed in your younger years? Well, it's time to rethink your choices. In this video, we'll be discussing the top 3 foods that you should avoid after the age of 50. These foods may not seem harmful, but trust us, they can have a negative impact on your health as you age. So, if you want to live a healthier and longer life, you won't want to miss this crucial information. Tune in now to find out which foods you should say goodbye to after 50. Nutrition experts hesitate to call any food forbidden, reasoning that it's okay to eat all foods in moderation, with an occasional treat of less than healthy fare. Still, some foods do merit a spot on the worst foods for your health list for men over 50. Why that age 50 cutoff? Because, as Cleveland Clinic experts explain, one way to cut the risk of medical conditions that are more common in older men, such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure, is to cut back on foods high in saturated fats, trans fats, cholesterol, salt, and added sugars. We asked experts to tell us about those worst foods and explain what to eat instead. Here are their answers. Number 1. Breakfast toaster pastries are calorie bombs. Forget having dessert for breakfast, says Leslie Bonci, RDN, dietitian and sports nutrition consultant for major athletic teams, who is based in Pittsburgh. She's talking about pop-up toaster pastries, which she calls calorie bombs. A typical toaster pastry can have 190 calories or more, lots of added sugar, and not much protein or fiber. Bondi says, an assessment that United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, data confirms. It's important to have protein at breakfast, adds Bonci, which is something that most toaster pastries are short on. Suggested that people working to improve their body composition, the ratio of body fat to muscle, should ideally consume between 25 and 35 grams g of protein at every meal. Protein plays a key role in preventing the slow, progressive loss of lean muscle mass that commonly occurs with aging. Plus, it helps stop weight gain by triggering the release of satiety hormones that increase the feeling of fullness and decrease appetite. In addition, a study published in the November 2017 issue of the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that a high-protein breakfast may improve blood sugar control and insulin levels after eating carbohydrates, such as white bread, potentially reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes over time. Number 2. Fatty lunch meats are bad for your heart. Avoid salami, pepperoni, and bologna, Bonci advises, as they all have a lot of saturated fat. A 1-ounce Oz serving of hard salami, for example, can have about 115 calories and more than 9 grams of fat, much of which is saturated fat, per the USDA. The biggest problem with saturated fat is that it's proven to raise bad cholesterol, increasing the risk of heart disease, according to the American Heart Association, AHA. What's more, the World Health Organization has long recommended limiting consumption of salami and other processed meats because they've been linked to another big killer, colorectal cancer. Why isn't clear. It may be due to the meat's high fat content, to preservatives added during processing, or to a combination of factors. Number 3. White chocolate is just a lot of empty calories. Compared with its confectionery cousin, dark chocolate, white chocolate can claim little to no health benefits, says Jim White, RDN, a spokesperson for the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, and a dietitian and personal trainer in Virginia Beach, Virginia. In fact, white chocolate isn't even chocolate. It's mostly vegetable fat and added sugar, White says, which explains why a 1.4 ounces bar of white chocolate contains about 230 calories, 16 grams of fat, and 20 grams of sugar, per the USDA. Dark chocolate, on the other hand, contains cocoa solids, which boast lots of beneficial antioxidants called flavonols, which are linked to a lower risk for heart disease, according to the AHA. Flavonols also help lower blood pressure by relaxing the blood vessels and improving blood flow, note Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health experts. They also are associated with a lower risk of insulin resistance. So even though dark chocolate's calorie and fat content is similar to that of white chocolate, dark chocolate can actually be good for you. Thanks for joining us today to learn about the top 3 foods you should avoid after the age of 50. Remember, Cutting out processed meats, refined grains, and sugary drinks can have a big impact on your health as you age. We hope this information has been helpful and that you'll consider making these changes to your diet. If you have any questions or want to learn more about healthy aging, be sure to check out our other videos on this channel. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.